So in this video, I wanted to do a large-scale multi-pen shootout. You probably wouldn't guess it based on what you see in front of you, but over the years, I've really trimmed back on how many multi-pens I have and how many I use. And I want to run through what remains of my collection and kind of talk through some of my favorites out of the bunch. So hopefully we'll end this with an idea of some of the best multi-pens out there, but also be able to split them up into a few different categories, which is a lot of pens here. So just really quickly, we'll run through each, talk about some of the qualities, and then we'll save the ones that are worth noting and then get rid of the ones that aren't. First of all, we have the Pilot Acro 4. I like this pen a lot. It's very reasonably priced. It uses the Acro ink, which is top-notch hybrid ink, very similar to the Jetstream ink, perhaps even better. This pen is also sold in an Acro Re3, which I don't have, but I like it a lot. I've had it over the years, and I need to buy another one. But definitely the Acro Re3 and 4 are great multi-pens. Next, we have the Jetstream 4 and One. This is a little bit more bulky, a little bit more expensive. Maybe about $10 for this one. It has the Jetstream ink, which I really like, and it has pretty okay design. It's getting to be on the thick side, which is my number one problem with multi-pens. Once you have the that 4 size or a 4 and 1, so 5 things in there, they tend to just get too thick. Plus, when you have the +1, which means you have a pencil, 4 colors plus a pencil, then the whole thing starts to get sort of complicated, because now you need a way to push out the pencil lead. You need a way up here to differentiate the pencil lead from the colors, and then usually there's a way to sneak in some sort of eraser and then a way to refill the pencil. So it just adds a lot of complication to the mechanism. So I do not love the Jetstream 4 and 1. It's just a little thick. It has some nice improvements like this chrome here, and uses that standard Jetstream ink, that SXR80 refill, which I think is great, but I can't really recommend this one just because it's sort of bulky. Pentel Energy Gel 3, nice multi-pen, very affordable. I think you could buy these on Amazon for like $4 or something like that. Really reasonable diameter. Kind of styling is a little bit bland for me. It uses a push clip and then 2 colors here as opposed to 3 knocks. I'm fine with that. It has this kind of weird push button thing, which I don't think it really needs. It just makes it a little bit more complicated. I just think this thing is a little bit of an afterthought, but it is a solid multi-pen, very reasonably priced. Here's the very standard one, the Papermate Inkjoy Quattro. I don't have the cheap Bic, like the most ubiquitous multi-pen of all time. I don't have one anymore. It's like someone grabbed it. But this is roughly comparable to that. They both go in the 1.0 millimeter. They actually look pretty similar. And these are fine. I don't love how they write, even though I tend to like the Inkjoys. This is just fine. I would say spend an extra $1 or $2, buy something nicer. This is the Dr. Grip 4+1 from Pilot. It's one of the better looking 4+1s, or even 3+1 pens, and it has a full metal body. The downsides are it's kind of expensive. I think this one goes for about maybe $18 or $20. And from a performance standpoint, I don't think it's worth it. This is sort of a weird pen because it's the combination of a multi-pen and a premium pen, because it has a full metal body, which the standard Dr. Grips don't do. So it was a little bit strange, which is why I got it, but also I very rarely use it. So definitely a skip for me. Hi-tec-c Kaleido. So this is like, I think it's called the Kaleido 500. Yeah, it's Kaleido 500, which is an upgraded model of the standard hi-tec-c Kaleido. And it just changed the styling a little bit. You get a little bit of grip material here, this weird sort of taper. I believe it comes apart, which serves no purpose because the top opens to change the refills. This is fine. I really like the hi-tec-c Kaleido. but I don't really like these body styles. That's the 500. It's also sold in the 1000. 1000 is, I believe, just has a faux metal look to it. They're a little bit pricey and just not worth the extra effort to me. So I love hi-tec-c Kalidos. No reason to get the 500. This is the Uniball Re3. So this is a 3-color twist multi-pen, and it's erasable. I really like the styling. I think it's a great looking pen. And I like that it has this really simple twist mechanism. You pick the color you want, and then you have to have it inverted. Then you push. I think that is a perfect mechanism. But it's like most of the time, I'm gonna want blue. So I'll leave it on blue, push the blue when I need it. If I need to switch over to red to highlight something or underline, I don't have to really fiddle too much or pick red from the start, because I'm basically gonna default to my blue, do my writing most of the time, and then switch to my other colors. That just kind of works for me, but I know it's not an ideal mechanism for everyone. I'm gonna throw this one out also. While I love the design, the RE ink, the Uniball RE ink, is the erasable ink, and it's really subpar for me. The friction ink is much better erasable ink. I don't have any of the friction multi-pens though, so too bad. Jetstream 3, one of my top multi-pens of all time. Probably for a long time it was my top. Very affordable, like $6-7. I think it's a super cool looking pen. Jetstream ink is top notch. Again, it's that SXR80 refill we talked about before. And these are easy to find, very reasonably priced. It's really nice in the 0.38 millimeter and pretty good in the 0.5 as well. So this is a keeper. This right here is the new version of the Jetstream 3. It's called the Jetstream 3 Slim Compact. It just came out last month. Same ink, same refills, but it's a slimmer version of this pen. I think it's a lot better looking, and it's like the diameter of a normal pen, not too far off from like a Pentel Energy Gel or something like that. And the price is only about $6 or $8, maybe $9, depending on where you get it. These aren't readily available in the US yet, but I'm sure they will be soon. So this one is definitely a keeper, top notch. This is the hi-tec-c Kalido. This is the 3. Oh, it's the N, that's why this. So it's the hi-tec-c Kalido. Instead of being the 500 or 1000, which looks like these, this is the N line, which has that sort of futuristic shape, more clear parts. These are fine. The 500 and 1000 have a metal clip. The N's use a plastic clip. I like that it's the 3, which is my ideal set for a multi-pen, but this one is on the thick side. It's unnecessarily thick, just kind of oversized. Take a look at it versus the standard hi-tec-c Kalido, the old school one, and this is the 3. I think this old one, the non-N, looks much cooler, and it's actually a skinnier, lighter pen. And again, I think it looks way, way cooler. So I'm gonna toss the Kalido N rather, and we'll be looking at the original one. So again, this is the hi-tec-c Kalido in a 3 color. It's not that popular in 3 color. In fact, these are getting a little bit rare. I picked up a few extra of these recently just to have them around. The 3 has a plasticized or a rubberized grip rather, and it has a pretty similar silhouette to the standard one, which is here, just a little bit larger. So I'll keep the 3 in my keep pile, but I vastly, vastly prefer the hi-tec-c Kalido 2. I think this is just a perfect customizable multi-pen. Having just 2 colors might be a problem, but the thing is so slim. The body's only like $2, easy to find. Got a great action. You can see what's going on. Really nice refills. It's really spot on. The problem with these is the this top piece, it can wear out over time. I know some people have problems with these, and this was replaced with the N line, which has a better closure mechanism. But I really think it's fine. Again, if something that's $2 wears out, just replace it. Okay, so now we have, this is the multi-F from, what is this, a Mitsubishi, a Uni Mitsubishi F line, or something like that. I reviewed this one a couple weeks ago. I'm really not a fan. It has that full twist mechanism I think is great, but it just has a weird feel to it. It's very slow and grindy, and it comes in this weird color, and it just looks really cheap in person. I know some people like these. It's just not for me. Definitely a skip. This is a Rotring Quattro Executive. I just wanted to have this as a stand-in for the kind of cooler multi-pens from the 90s. It's all metal, has a really nice heft to it, has a beautiful clip. Mine is obviously a little beat up. These tend to get expensive if you wanted to buy one. They go for like maybe $50 used, or like a new old stock NOS. One of these might cost you like $150. If you know what it is and you can identify it by sight, you could buy it. You can get them at a really good deal if you hunt, because the name isn't on here. So tracking, someone might put these on eBay or something like that and just say like, cool silver pen, or cool silver pen from Rotring, $10. But you really have to hunt for those deals. It's got a cool push mechanism, and it's gravity weighted. So you push it down and it picks. I don't have this full, with some of the refills were empty. And you basically see the color you want here. You can see it's worn out, but red. It has a pointer. So back when people used resistive touchscreens as opposed to capacitive touchscreens, used to have a pointer. And yeah, this mechanism is a little beat up, and you just kind of poke your tablet with this and write on it. So basically you push it down to push out whatever, and you pull this up. Very cool. And again, just beautifully made. A lot of pens don't have this sort of quality anymore. But they're hard to find, and you really have to find the one that you identify with. So I'm going to say, as far as vintage multi-pens go, basically those go into the toss pile. It's a lot of work, and the new stuff is so good that it's not usually worth the effort. Then we have the Serosa Select. It's a really nice multi-pen, sort of like the hi-tec-c Toledo. No clip, and then the styling is a little bit over the top for me. Like, I like this twist. That's cool. The black and gold, it's a bit much. Doesn't have to be. Has a, I forget how this one goes. There's closure mechanism. I don't know if it's a twist or what. Oh, you know what? It's just a pressure. You just pull these out and push them in like that. So that's actually a more secure mechanism than on the Toledo. But overall, the thing to know about the Serosa Select is that these have better ink than the hi-tec-c Toledo. I know that's going to really just blow people's minds, but they actually really do. So what you're going to want to do, if you are willing to put the effort in, is get the hi-tec-c Toledo ink, get one of these refills, pull it out, and then put in the top piece from your Toledo, this little green thing, and you will have a really nice match. And I believe I have that with, where's the 3? Oh, here you go. So if you were to open this up, you see how this one looks a little bit janky, and this tip has a different profile. That's because this is a Zebra Serosa ink, or maybe it's something else. Let's see if we can make that out. Oh, in this case, it's a Uni SXR. So yeah, this is the SXR refill. Anyway, it's one of those slim refills. You cut it down and you put this top piece in there, just shove it in there. And that came out of a Mitsubishi Uni ink, a Jetstream type ink, or you could do it with the Serosa Select inks. Either one, definitely recommend, and you'll get some really awesome ink into my preferred body. Here we have the Zebra Clip-On Multi. This is like the, I think it's a 4-in-1. Yeah, 4 colors, and then pencil version from Zebra, which is really nice. Nice clip, good looking pen. Reminds me a lot of the Acro ball. And if you want a 4+1 with the Zebra ink, then this is the one to get. And these ones, super reasonable price, about $5. Definitely keeper. And then lastly, we have the Jetstream Primes. I don't have all of them. I'm actually missing the 3-in-1 and the 2, or maybe just the, yeah, and the 2, either the 2 or 2-in-1. I forget which one it is. I think it's a 2-in-1. I don't have that one, but I do have this one, which is the 3-color, which I really like. Uses this beautiful matte black finish, 3 colors. Very clear what you're getting. Has that weird jewel thing, which I don't need. I don't know why that's there, but it's part of the, comes with it. And then just a nice build quality, nice weight. Again, full metal body. These things are a little bit pricey, at least $25, but beautifully, beautifully made. And anything from the Jetstream Prime series is gonna be very impressive. Opening up, we can see it doesn't use that standard Jetstream SXR80. It uses an upgraded refill. They're not really any better, maybe a bit better, but it is nice that they were upgraded for this. And these always have a little color indicator right there. So you could see here, they no longer match, I changed them. But here it says I'm using red, and here it says this should be red, obviously, but you have 2 color indicators, which is very cool. So I'm gonna keep the 3-color. And this one is the, I believe it's called the 3-in-1. And what it does is switches the mechanism. It's a little bit confusing, but it has a twist style mechanism. So you can twist all the way around. And then you have your pencil, black, red, blue. And then if it's in between, nothing is extended. So this pen is incredibly thin for a 3-in-1. I mean, look at it versus this 4-in-1, or versus, do you even have a 3-in-1? I don't know if we have another 3-in-1, versus this 4-in-1. You can see dramatically different. The downside is this Prime sells for like $40+. So it is expensive to get that really high-end mechanism into such a small body, plus the body's all metal. Just a beautiful pen. Has a pencil up there, sort of an emergency eraser. Sorry, an eraser up there, sort of in an emergency type design. Little hole, as you see from some of the old school mechanical pencils, which is nice. The jewel is back for no real reason, but a really nice clip and a beautiful build quality. This is just if you're a multi-pen enthusiast, this is the one to get. So Jetstream Prime 3-in-1, really exceptional. So I'll put it to the side, which it's definitely a Hall of Fame quality for me, but it's not something I tend to use or really recommend because it is quite expensive. So now we're left with the sort of keepers, and I think this is kind of revealing of my preference of multi-pens. I like them. Very functional, very affordable, and like easy to use and not too thick. So we have the Jetstream 3 Slim, Jetstream 3, Acro 4, or the Acro 3. I don't have that one, otherwise it'd be included. Energel 3, Kaleido 2, and Jetstream Prime 3-color. So just to go through these, I'm gonna say I like this pen a lot, but if you're gonna put the money into a Jetstream Prime, probably just go for the 3-in-1. It's thinner, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's just a nicer pen. Again, it is really something special. This is a great pen, but it's not as exceptional. I usually don't need the N1, the pencil, so I go with the 3-color, but in this case, I would say just get the twist 3-in-1. So get rid of that one. We're sort of left with the cheapest possible multi-pens, and I think this is just where you get the most bang for your buck. Again, that's just sort of my personal preference. And out of these, I really like the Jetstream 3, but not as much as I like the Slim Compact. This is just too good. Uses the same ink as the Jetstream 3, but it's slimmer. Acro 4 I really like. My preference is for the Acro 3. great ink, great pen, but I prefer the slim. Same with the Energy Gel. This is actually, I would say, probably a worse pen than the Acro 4. So this thing is just, again, I think it has some problems, like with this weird push button mechanism that it seems like that's a remnant of back when this had a pencil type design. I mean, it does have the pencil, but it is like you have to have the push for the pencil, and it sort of takes over for the whole thing with that push. It's just, there's no reason to have this be so complicated in my mind. Oh wait, sorry, maybe it doesn't have a pencil. Yeah, 3. I've been talking too long. There's no pencil in this, but the push makes it seem like it's if this was the 3-in-1 or a 2-in-1, then you have this push to push down the lead. But when it's a 3, there's no need. And you could swap that and make this into the 2-in-1, whatever. Going on too long. This thing, it just does not have an elegant design. We're gonna toss it. So here are my top 3 picks. I think that's fair. We have the Jetstream Prime 3-in-1 with the full complete twist. Beautifully made, expensive, but if money is not an object, this is the one to get. Best multi-pen is the Jetstream 3-color slim compact. I know it's brand new. I know it's not available in the US yet, but it will be. Highly, highly recommended. It's a great use of $6 or $7. If you want a customizable multi-pen, then the hi-tec-c Kaleido is the one to get. I really like it in the 2 color. If that's not enough for you, I like the old school 3 as well. Again, we know it's sold in larger sizes, like a 4 and a 5, but I really would recommend checking out the 3 color or the 2 color. That body is just so old school and so cool, so cheap. And then if you want to upgrade the ink, go ahead and get the ink out of a Serosa Select, or get one of these really nice Pilot inks. This is, let's see if we could figure that out. No, I'll put the link in there below. There's some really great inks in this. You know, that is the hi-tec-c Kaleido ink. It's this one. This is the SXR, I want to say 89-10. And this is that 1.0 millimeter ink from the Jetstream. I've talked about this one a fair bit in the past. It's just a great ink. Anyway, fact of the matter is, hi-tec-c ink Kaleido. Hi-tec-c Kaleido ink is very solid, but it can be upgraded. Once you upgrade it, this pen is pretty much unstoppable as a multi-pen. It's available in the 3 as well, and then you have these 2 other. So, wow, that was a lot of multi-pen talk. I hope some people are gonna watch this to the end and drop a comment. Let me know if you really like these big roundups, or if I completely got this wrong and you have some suggestions of your own. Thanks for watching.